Okay, hello everyone and welcome to another episode of DLTV on the Fringe. This is very exciting. We have some students joining us today. So we have Jessie and Emmy and this lovely gentleman you might know as Mr. Adrian Camm, award-winning teacher. So we have some students with us here at the conference today, and so I thought I'd just ask, what have you guys been doing today and what have you learnt so far?
Well, we've been building a prosthetic hand.
You've been building a prosthetic hand today.
That's very handy. I'm
Good
sorry,
one.
I had to get it out of the way.
Teacher jokes, they're so embarrassing.
Yeah.
So how did you go about making that?
Well, the teachers 3D printed the pieces for us.
Today?
Yes.
Wow.
And Emmy and I assembled it by putting in screws, and right now it's still in construction. We're attaching strings so that way it can be functional for people who don't have an arm.
So what do those strings do?
Strings. If you pull them,
Yeah.
once they're hopefully once they're done, the finger will lift up. So if you need to grab something, you can just pull the string with
That is
your
so
arm.
cool.
Cool.
And so there's also going to be little finger grips, so that way you can hold things in your hand like a pencil.
Because at the moment it's just printed plastic. So
Yeah.
So
did
you're
you try
thinking,
picking something up with that yet?
Not yet, but once it's done, we will.
so you're thinking of making something that would help people who are disabled or who can't pick up and hold something,
Yes. You don't have hands.
who don't have hands, but they can use strings with the other hand and help pick up something.
Yes. Well, sort of. Yeah.
So did you come up with the design or was that already being
that was
printed?
already on the internet. Yeah, a father had a son who didn't have any hands.
Yep.
So instead of buying a very expensive, like thousands of dollars
Prosthetic, yeah.
hand, he designed one out of materials, and he put the instructions on the internet.
Yeah. So I guess he could just then print one out the perfect size for his son, and when his arm grows, he just prints
Get a
out
new
the
one.
next one.
Yeah.
Roland, do you want to hold that up to the webcam just
Love
so
to.
our viewers can see all of the different layers of printing that are in that one? And if we show how, once the strings are attached, it might work. So we'll just click the fingers up.
Might have to do it manually, I think.
Yeah, it's still in the design phase. So have you spent most of today working on this, or have you been walking around and going
Most
to
of the day, we went to a talk in the morning.
Yeah.
Then we built it, and then pretty much we built it the rest of the
You've
day.
been spending the whole day building. And how does that compare to school? Would you like to spend the whole day building stuff, making things at school?
Well,
We do, don't we?
kind of do, because Year 5 at Geelong College is the Designing the Future program. So we do lots of cool stuff like 3D printing every day.
That's so exciting.
Last term, I think we were doing some Rube Goldberg machines, so machines that create chain reactions to do simple tasks.
Yeah.
For
So
example, mine ring very complicated bell, and Emmy is turn the page in the book.
So what can you tell people? There might be some teachers. What's it called that?
Because Rube Goldberg created it.
Yeah.
Well, not exactly. He was an American cartoonist, and he drew these designs. In the end, they all called Rube Goldberg machines because he was the original creator of the idea.
Yeah.
But he never built what he drew, so he never really built
So he came up with the ideas and other people tested them out.
Yeah, and he has one lifelong goal, although unfortunately I think he's passed away, to make something for nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can make things just with the resources around you. Now, was it designing the future? Is that what you called it? What can you tell me about that? What are you doing?
Well, last term, robotics with the EV3 Mindstorms, 3D printing or microbuilds, another program on our computers.
Yeah.
But with the robotics, we're also doing that. We're continuing on with that this term. And so we've been building Lego Mindstorm robots,
Cool.
and we're programming them on our computers to make them do pretty much whatever we want.
So
I guess when your teachers are giving you challenges, they give you a problem you have to solve.
Yeah.
What sort of problem did you enjoyed working with that you found was really tricky, but you enjoyed solving?
Well, with the Rube Goldberg machines, we had quite a few problems. I mean, because they're such complicated machines performing such simple tasks, you had to make sure the elements actually worked.
So what kind of elements would you put in that type of machine?
Just sort of sections of the machine, basically. We had to include up to 4 or more simple machines. So people made things like catapults with fulcrums and levers, or complicated pulley contraptions. Or my group, I think, used cogs.
Yeah, cogs. Yep.
So I think that was a really great experience and very challenging.
Yes. So you didn't have to follow everyone must make this exact machine.
No.
You
designed
did the
it,
whole
we
design.
art,
That's so cool.
and then built it.
And is it the same with your robots?
Well, we got instructions for our robots,
Yeah.
our first one, and we had to make a certain robot. But once we have finished this and have learned a bit more about the programming, then we can move on to more interesting robots. We have elephants, exception.
Elephants?
A robotic elephant?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
Not as big as one.
Oh, okay.
About this tall. Pretty much.
Next time you can make a life-size one?
No.
Oh.
Not pieces. Well, we'll try.
Donations of pieces to make a
Yeah.
life-size elephant robot. Yes.
We were thinking about a robot that would eat a banana, that could actually peel the banana and eat it. Now, I think we've got the basis of it here. The colour's right. Would that be difficult to ask?
Yep.
I've got a
Okay.
banana.
Well, there was a robot called the Duck that the digesting Jackie's. I forget the surname. Anyway, it can waddle, crane its neck, and if you put something in its mouth, it comes out the other end. There's something
It's got a digestive process.
Yeah.
Now, Jessie and Emily, I'm just kind of curious. If you could imagine what it would be like, imagine a school newsletter at your school in 10 years' time. What would be on the heading of that? Welcome to our school. We use robots for
Everything?
everything. What
Our
kind of thing?
teacher is a robot?
Oh,
No, why not?
no.
Why
don't
can't a
have-
teacher be a robot?
Because artificial intelligence, we could program it not to give us too much homework.
Oh,
It would be like.
But what if the
perfect.
homework was so fun
like
and challenging and it was like building an elephant robot?
Okay, well, yeah, we could program it to make fun homework.
Oh, okay.
okay. Or
You'd
you
have
could
to
hack it to
define.
undo her program. And then... But do you think that schools can do a lot of exciting stuff and building stuff and making stuff?
Definitely.
But it sounds like play and it sounds like fun. How could you be learning something that is fun?
We're learning about simple machines from the Rube Goldberg machines and programming from the robotics. That's
Yeah.
a really important stage in life. You can make all sorts of things with computer programming.
Yeah.
Things to make cars, they have to be programmed somehow.
That's true, yeah.
Those big orange, I forgot what they're called.
Orange.
Cranes, the mechanic arms that,
That's right, ones that make the cars. But
Cars,
yeah,
Yeah.
that's fantastic. And you'll be living in a world that'll be full of these robots, and maybe even taking care of older people, being able to help them get out of bed, help them make tea and coffee.
Okay. And for some people's opinion, taking over the world.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, that's true. As long as we don't hook them into Skynet, I think we'll be pretty safe.
And that's why we have to get them to make responsible moral choices.
The only thing we never want to do is program a robot to program a robot.
Oh, no, I'm working on it. I reckon that'd be the secret. Then we can start to make many more robots and take over. But that's later.
Yeah. But that's when we're all old and retired and you guys are working with the robots to make a better world, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm fascinated how you took a problem, you came up with an idea, and you've still got some different ways of building onto this. This is the start of something, isn't it?
Yeah.
And where do you think it'll go?
A whole body?
Whole body. Wow.
No, probably. Well, I'd probably try to make more limbs. Good idea. Like missing feet or legs. Part of the legs.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you going to share with your other 5 students when you go back to school?
Yeah, what's something you picked up from today?
Yeah.
The
Besides
hands.
this video and how you're famous on YouTube.
Okay.
Okay.
So what could we do? So we could take this and we could maybe share it with other people?
Yeah. Well, they
So-
could say, "What did you do?" Talk to the hands.
Kid jokes as good as
But
teacher
anyway, yeah.
So you could
Horrible.
share the actual the model that you made. You
Yeah.
could share the way you made it. What else
How
could
it
you-
works. Make a
Yeah.
video about that, and the kids who have it, and then maybe if it gets finished or is up to a reasonable standard, it could go to charity or something.
That's a great
Oh,
idea.
yeah.
There may be more that you can do
Yeah.
by sharing a great idea and just making something. Yeah.
So when you're making these things, that's just for fun, right? You can't like learn extra science or maths or
Yeah,
stuff through this.
Well, you can learn about all the human joints first of all, and how the human body works, how all the reflexes happen. Like all these things. The digesting duct that Jessie mentioned earlier, I think that was that also created about understanding of how the digestion system works.
So do you think that was better for you to understand the digestive system than maybe watching a PowerPoint or an animation that says when we eat food, it goes through our esophagus to our stomach. Stuff
Generally, that's a
happens.
little more disgusting. It would
Yeah.
be certainly
Because it's got poo
more
in it.
interesting to watch a duck.
That's an amazing idea. I love that. Can you make for me a digestive system maybe that would have all the different mechanical components and do all the things in digestion?
No thanks.
Oh,
Oh, what about breathing? Something else?
Breathing would be okay, but some organs can look really gross when they're out in the open.
Yeah. Well, you wouldn't use the real squishy ones.
I like some of your ideas.
I don't know. Interesting. So, if you were a teacher in, say, I don't know, 15 years from now, yeah, what kind of things do you think you could teach your students?
Algebra? Wow.
Or that your robots would teach? I don't know.
Probably. Well, yeah, you never know if robots teach them. But anyway, I think because this is the first year of the DTF program, I reckon that will probably continue on, and it will maybe expand into more different types of robots and doing different things. So maybe teaching students more about those robots. And this is a really, really complex idea, but any thought of a prosthetic brain?
A
Wow.
prosthetic brain. I wonder how that would work. That would get very squishy, wouldn't it?
But we could it would be cool if you could place things in there to make people think something.
Actually, that's an idea. So really, here you're working with plastic, and you're printing the plastic.
Yeah.
What could we print to make a part of the body?
Paper. No, sorry.
How would we make a brain?
I haven't worked that bit out yet.
Well,
Use dead
you've
people's
got to,
brains
let's
and-
have 20
You could
years.
use live
So
cells,
you could
couldn't you?
learn
Oh,
from,
yeah.
Could you make a cell printer?
Or we could
Yes.
use dead people's brains to somehow
Maybe.
transfer
to
someone.
study them.
He loves his
cells.
dead people brains.
Yeah. Well, the question is, how would you make a dead person's brain alive again?
You can't. But
You could
can
work
take-
with my brain. I'm just feeling a bit brain dead at the moment. But
Would there
put me
be
into a 3D
zombies
printer and
trying
print a
to?
new brain. It's just lovely to see your imagination and to see it realized by being able to make these great tools and toys and things. I mean, these guys are science fiction here, but this is the real world, isn't it? And
Yeah.
solving real problems. And that makes it really cool.
Yeah. And Mr. Camm, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
No, I don't think so. I just think we have a heap of fun at school, and we've had a heap of fun today, haven't we? It's been a big day though.
Yeah.
What time have you been up?
But make sure you tell the parents that we learned something.
Oh, yeah. So this looks like fun. How can you learn something that looks like fun? Is learning fun?
Yes,
Is that
learning
what
is
you're
fun,
saying?
believe it or not, it can be fun.
Oh, that's lovely. Excellent. I think
Now
you've got a fabulous teacher.
We have to capture a photo. We'll do it for screenshots. So can you pass along to Banana there?
Sounds great.
Amanda, there we go. There. Mr. Camm, there we go. You can hold the hand up there.
hold
You
the
can hold the
hand.
molecule up. And everybody,
DNA.
yeah, point at the screen
Oh.
over there.
Oh, I pointed it the wrong way.
Touche.
Okay,
Engage.
thanks for joining
Awesome.
us. We've
Thanks,
got more
guys.
conversations
Bye.
with teachers and hopefully more kids soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
I like that.
Jesse.